Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon White 2. So in the last part we faced off against the Verbank Gym Leader Roxy and have now gotten Gym Badge number 2. And now that we have gotten access to PokeStar Studios, we are gonna be checking that out. Now for those who don't know, what a PokeStar Studios is all about. Now PokeStar Studios is the place where you go to so that you can participate in like a Pokemon movies. Now these movies have you partake in various scenarios to get to the best movie. And these movies can take up many different scenarios that feature you using your Pokemon and following a script. Now initially, you have to use the rental Pokemon dictated by the movies. But once you have finished the scenario, once you have gotten a good ending for that movie, then you can redo that movie with your own Pokemon. Now I'm gonna say this right now, just so I can get you guys caught up. Yeah, considering, well, let's just say, when it comes to PokeStar Studios, yeah, they are definitely a plentiful. Now this game has implemented a big variety of movies that you can participate in. Now what I'm gonna say right now is, now I will be showing off every single movie that this game has to offer. But however, now the only thing I will be showing the process of how to make the movie is only going to be the first one. Yeah, as for the other movies, yeah, I won't be showing any of that off. Yeah, I will only be doing those. Yeah, I will go through the process of making the movies off screen. Yeah, and so then when I make essentially when I make a set of movies, then I'll show it. Then I'll show you the end result. Then I'll be showing off the end results. Along with how exactly that you are able. And as the movie goes on, I will tell you what exactly that you actually have to do in order for you to make the good endings for those movies. Yeah, which will take a long time for me to go over, considering that, as I said, there are a plentiful of movies that PokeStar Studios has to offer. And also, considering that this is definitely the only time in this whole entirety of the Pokemon series where you can actually participate in making your own movies. Yeah, meaning that this is really the only time in the entirety of the Pokemon series where you can actually get to create your very own movies. Yeah, we haven't really seen anything like this within the other Pokemon titles. Yeah. Okay, but now before we get to making our own movies, Now we're actually gonna now we are first gonna be watching the ship captain's debut movie first. So then we'll see how well he actually did. Then we will get to be creating our very own movie. Then we'll get to creating our own. But anyways, everyone. Now with how making these movies work. As I said, you have to use the rental Pokemon first, from their own party. Now however, you cannot allow. As I said. Ending forward at least once, using the rental Pokemon, and also when it comes to Pokemon that you can enter, once you have gotten the good ending for them. But however, the Pokemon that know moves like Transform, Torment, or Metronome, or even have the ability Imposter, are banned. So you may want to think about the team members that you may want to utilize for making movies with those Pokemon. When you actually get to making your own movie, you will get taken to a green screen. Now for the most part, you will face off against a person who is wearing a motion capture suit. And then when you actually get to the battle itself, now at sometimes they will show like this big green motion capture with a creature with a picture of a monster plastered onto it. Meaning that when you actually get to see something from the movie, it will essentially be a prompt for when we actually see the actual proper conclusion for the movie. That's when you actually get to see once that actual motion capture thing will look like. And we're definitely going to be seeing, and you're definitely going to be seeing plenty of that for several of these movies. But anyways, now we're watching movie number 1, featuring the masked man, Brycen-Man. Brycen, huh? I wonder if we have heard of a character who has the name of Brycen in it. I wonder. Oh yes, right. And I guess I should. Oh yes, right. And I guess I should point this out right now too. Not only do these movies feature a very good backgrounds, but also the music that plays but also the different variations of music that will play for these movies. Not only determined about the music, is not only determined of the genre for that movie, but I will say for every single piece of music that we're gonna be listening to now when it comes to PokeStar Studio movies, I would say they really are good. I would say all of them are good to actually. All of them are good to actually listen to. But anyways, everyone. Now, as you just saw, Yeah, the fact that the ship captain actually got his own ass defeated by Brycen-Man, which essentially, as you saw on the bottom screen, where the audience, where the majority of the audience just left. Yeah, that right there. Now that right there will essentially will tell you that you have indeed have gotten yourself either a bad like ending, or a strange ending. Now with how these movies end, you can either have how you go about making those movies. You can get either a good ending, a bad ending, or a strange ending. Yeah, now, it all really determines on what exactly you do, when you actually make those movies. But anyways, everyone, now as you can see as well, yeah, now that the ship captain has at least got to see what it's like for him to debut, debut on the silver screen. Now he is going to go back to Burbank City, so that of course he can continue with, being a ship, being a ship captain. Yeah. But anyways, now for how these scenes go. Now, as you actually get to making, your movies, during the battles, several dialogue options will be shown, before specific turns. Then you must choose the option that best matches that script. Choosing different options will change which move the opponent attempts to use, and in some cases, choosing the wrong move, choosing the wrong option, can force a bad ending. Even if the battle is otherwise completed successfully. So yeah, even so, now as you saw with that ship captain's movie, yeah, considering that he said the line he was scared, yeah, as you saw with that audience, I actually felt really tired and essentially just I fell to sleep. Yeah, that will essentially will tell you that may not have been the best option to go with. Yeah, now which of course led to him being defeated by Brycen-Man. Yeah. But anyways, everyone. Now, when it comes to the battles at PokeStar Studios, now they use a slightly different battle engine than usual. There is no range of variation step in the damage formula. Equivalent to having all attacks forced to the maximum random roll, and now although effect chances for moves to cause side effects and chances for critical hits still exist. They still exist. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind. Now, the opponents will only ever attempt to use a move called for the player's most recent dialogue option, or prior to the first dialogue option, or even a random move. And if the move has no PP left, or has been hit by an effect such as disable, they will still attempt to use the move anyway. And so long as they have at least one other move that they could have legally been chosen, if it weren't for such adherence to the script. So yeah, there is definitely a lot to think about when it comes to actually making. No, especially when it comes to making your movies and whatnot. Yeah. But anyways, so always everyone now. But anyways, everyone. Oh wait. Now, first off, now before I continue, we're actually gonna be meeting the co-star of the first movie that we are gonna be making. Yeah, his name is indeed Brycen. And it is indeed the very same Brycen who is indeed the iSeries gym leader. Now during the 2 years, ever since the prequel titles, Brycen has now gone off to making movies in PokeStar Studios. Yeah, which is why for several movies, we are actually going to be seeing. Now we are actually going to be co-starring with Brycen here. So yeah, I would say that is definitely a neat touch that they did for Brycen. Yeah, considering that for a Black 2 and White 2, we don't actually get to face off against Brycen as a gym leader. This time around. Yeah, that is indeed surely something. But anyways, everyone. Now also another thing. When it comes to making movies with your own Pokemon. Now, if you manage to create a strange ending, or good endings 11 times, now with your own Pokemon, then that Pokemon will become a star, and will be given a special entry animation. Much like when a shiny Pokemon is sent out. Now the entry animation will be removed if it just so happened if you create a bad ending using that same Pokemon. Though it can be restored with another strange ending or two I'm sure good endings. Now, and also using a star Pokemon in a movie causes it to actually earn more money for that movie. So yeah, that is definitely something. But again, that is definitely something else. So when it comes to making your movie, so with your own like a Pokemon. Now there are more info to go over when it comes to PokeStar Studios, but I think that is all I'll say for the time being. Yeah, considering that there are still a bunch of stuff that I will go over, and I obviously will cover that when we actually get to making our first movie. Yeah, but anyways, everyone. Now, since I'm just gonna be going over talking to the rest of the people that we can actually talk to here. Now, I shall once again continue with the Pokemon that we have encountered so far in this game. No, or should I say for this playthrough anyway. Now, next up is Pansear. Now, after the Universe series, Pansear appeared several times during the Kalos series. And then it has only appeared once within the Alola series, and then a Pansear got to return for like a few times during our journeys, because Go actually caught one. But however, Painter has still yet to make an appearance within Horizons right now. Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess with the fact that Painter did get several screen time during our journeys, I guess that's something. But I still wish for. But honestly, I still wish for Painter actually got to make a return for. For Horizons, which unfortunately has not happened yet, but maybe it will happen later on. But honestly, at this point, I don't know. But anyways, oh yes, right everyone. I saw everyone, and I guess I should put this out right now. Yeah, now this guy right here, who's guarding this like the entrance here. Yeah, to the special dressing room. Yeah, that is something that you can only enter. Yeah, unless you make the biggest set of movies possible. Yeah, meaning that you will have to make every single movie that PokeStar Studios has to offer before you even think about even entering that room. Yeah. Yeah, that is essentially gonna be one of your big rewards. I'm sure for doing so. Yeah. But anyways, everyone, now on to Pansage. Now, after Pansage, definitely got a bunch of screen time in the Universe series, thanks to Silent, of course. Then Pansage, just like with Panseer, got was only in a few like episodes in the Kalos anime. And while it got to make a return for Journeys, but that was once again silence. But that was once again silence. But that was once again silence of Pansage. But then Pansage has made at least a few appearances within the Horizon series. So yeah, overall, yeah, Pansage has been making a plentiful of like appearances in the anime. Even in the recent series. So yeah, I suppose that's something. Yeah. Then anyways, everyone, now onto Venipede. Now, after Venipede only gone like a few episodes of screen time within the Universe series, now it has only gotten only two appearances in the Akalis anime, and then after that it only got to return only for two episodes in Journeys. And that was during the last 11 episodes. Yeah. Yeah, and even now, Venipede has also yet to make an appearance within Horizons. Yeah, which again is honestly a darn shame. Yeah, I also wish that Venipede also got to have more screen time. More screen time than what it gets. Yeah. Okay, then as for Dunsparce, now after its only few appearances in the Johto anime, it got to come back twice it only got to come back twice in Sinnoh. It got to reappear once during the Universe series and also the Akalos series, and then one more appearance in Journeys. But I will continue on with that. I love making our very first movie for the next one. And so till then, I'll see you guys next time.